Ladies and gentlemen, that was our amazing first speaker of our day. She had an amazing presentation. So we'll go with our next speaker, Cecily. So Cecily, are you able to hear me?
Hi, Melinda. Yes, I can hear you.
So, are we good to go with your presentation?
Well, for some reason, it's not enabled the option for me to upload my presentation. Can you enable? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me open my presentation so that I have it ready for everyone. Okay. You tell me if you're able to see my
Yes, we are able to see your presentation. Yes, yes.
Perfect.
We'll have your bio first, and then you can start your presentation.
Okay, great.
Cecily Umana is a seasoned HR executive with 29 years of experience across multiple industries worldwide. She has led HR operations at multinational companies such as Samsung, Dell, and Unilever, and now runs Tangram HR Consulting. Holding an EMBA and various professional certifications, she has earned prestigious HR leadership recognitions. Her work focuses on organizational transformation and leadership development. That was an amazing bio, Cecily. You can start with your presentation.
Perfect. Thank you very much. There we go. I hope everyone is able to see the PowerPoint. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Melinda, for the introduction and for allowing me to be part of this event yet again. It's very exciting, definitely, to be here and to be part of this community of women who are so successful and so who are always seeking opportunities to grow. So today my topic is going to be around the next generation of leadership and talking a little bit about women who inspire change. And I would love to let me see, because for some reason you're not seeing the slides as I changed them. Melinda, are you able to click on next for me? Because for some reason, even though I'm sharing the slides and moving, it's not changing. Melinda? For some reason, it's not showing as if I'm presenting.
We are able to see your presentation now.
I know, but I'm clicking on next and it's not. Let me see now. Okay, yeah. I have to do it like this. Okay, apologies for this. Okay, let me show it this way. So essentially, I would like to start with a message, and I think everyone is familiar with Malala, and one of her famous quotes is not to wait for someone else to come and speak for you. It's you who can change the world, and I firmly believe that this is an extremely inspiring message, not just because of her story and what she has accomplished in spite of all the challenges she's faced, but I think for all of us in our daily life. If we're sitting waiting for things to happen to us, for things to change for us, I think it's never going to happen. It has to start with us, and it has to start with our desire to really and truly make a difference in the world, so that we can start seeing that change that we want in our lives. So to kick it off, I think that it's good to think about how far we've come in our history, in our life as women, the way that we've struggled to get that seat in the table, to be where we are right now, and the challenges remain. Yes, we have come a long way, but I think that we still have challenges to face. But the important part is that we are seeing that trend, that it's changing, that it's evolving. And for example, I bring you some stats. In 2024, you see that women held 44.7 of the percent board positions in the Financial Times Stock Exchange, 100 companies. And this is huge because it's nearly talking about half of the board positions being held by women. This is an all-time high, and it's something that we should feel very proud of. Also, the fact that the number of women leading private companies that are valued over 1 billion has more than doubled, and female entrepreneurs have surged by 41%. Again, these are massive numbers compared to where we may have been in the past, and I think it's something that we should feel proud of, because that means that women are now working harder to be able to be put in these roles that are recognized by others and are admired by others because of their strength, their resilience, and their leadership. You can also see here a little bit about the Fortune report. And it reported that in 2022, we had 8.8% of CEOs being women. But this number has nearly doubled from 2018. And now we see that there's a surge. You can see the graph year over year, how more women are being CEOs of larger organizations. And again, this is something that we need to acknowledge, the fact that women are more and more being bolder, being more open to talk, speak their minds. And people are recognizing this. The fact that large organizations like famous banks and technology companies, there's so many areas where women are striving, and the fact that they are now CEOs of organizations speaks the world of how big the leap has been for us in the workplace. So let me talk a little bit about some areas where I believe that we are making a difference as women. Mm. I'd like to talk about Alexia Hilbert-Tidou. Alexia is the founder of Girl Boss in New Zealand. And here, as pioneers of innovation, I think that we're very creative as women, and we need to explore this more and be able to truly go into paths that no other person wants to go. We are not just leading the way. I think that we are redefining industries, and there's a lot of new startups that are being led by women. In this case, Alexia has done a tremendous job in New Zealand, talking about encouraging women, young women, to pursue leadership roles in STEM fields. This organization that she created has been able to invest over 35 million in value for women and girls across New Zealand, giving them different mentoring and coaching opportunities so that they can be that next generation of female leaders in science and technology. And you can see Alexia is quite young. And I think that this speaks a lot about, being bold, and being, fearless and wanting to make a difference in the world, but also about giving back. What she's doing is very encouraging, because what she wants to make sure that the next generation of women also have this opportunity to introduce themselves in fields like technology and science. So, as I mentioned, how women can be peers of innovation, it's important to also mention the fact that we face a lot of challenges in our lives. And these challenges can be from, very humble upbringing. It can be the fact that you don't have access to higher education. You can also come from a very difficult background, or countries that are not necessarily supporting women in their development. And in general, we can face so many types of adversity, but it's not just about, the fact that we overcome it, is how we overcome it. And I want to talk about resilience, and how you can turn a tragedy into something beautiful. Leadership, we know that it's not about not failing. It's about the fact that every time we fail, we rise back. And I can tell you, I've had my share of failures throughout my life. I've had many opportunities that didn't go as I planned. Um, you know, I think that you can envision your life a certain way, and life has a way of telling you it's not the way it's going to go. But what makes someone unique, what makes you stand out as a leader, is the ability to navigate all these setbacks, the ability to make sure that you pick up and dust yourself off and are able to overcome this challenge. So I want to present to you Alexa Leary. Alexa is a Australian swimmer, and she had a very a near fatal cycling accident in 2021. And her life could have been completely torn apart. Her dreams, her hopes could have been, shattered. But instead of her just sitting in a hospital bed and thinking, this is the end of my career, she decided to, turn it into something different, and it's become something bigger. Alexa has now been part of the Paralympic swim team, and she actually won gold medal, and she also set a world record. So maybe life is not the way that she expected it to be, and maybe it's not what she had planned. But I think that her attitude, her resilience, is what made a big difference, and what allowed her at this point to, achieve success. So for all of us, regardless of what's going on in our lives, and I can mention my own case. I've worked in human resources for 30 years, and I've had the opportunity to live in many, many countries around the world. Um, I've had amazing jobs. I've had amazing companies that I've worked for. Some were very challenging, I have to admit, but I had my life planned a certain way, and due to illness of my parents, I actually had to replan my life. I had to rethink what I was doing, and I moved to Spain, where I'm at the moment. And then COVID hit, so my career, my job, everything that I had back home at that point had to change. Everything had to be rethought, rebuilt, and I had to start a business from scratch. So I could have sat and cried and said, why is life giving me these hard balls? Why am I going through all these changes and all these things? This is not the life that I had planned. This is not what I wanted. And yet I had to actually pick myself up, accept the fact that things had changed, endure loss, which is not easy, and start all over again. And here I am, turning 50 this year, and feeling grateful for all these challenges that have made me a better person. So I want to encourage everyone that, regardless of what situation is going on in your life, you have a network, you have people that care for you and are rooting for you. And if you're able to bounce up from whatever's going on, you will feel more powerful, you will feel stronger, and you will do better. So, talking about courage, it's not easy to be a woman, especially when you work in male-dominated fields. Bold leadership is something that means that you're making decisions that others are afraid to make. And I think as women, sometimes we're afraid of speaking up. We're afraid of telling others how we feel, and in many industries, some women are even feel embarrassed to challenge their male boss or their male counterparts. But I have two examples here of courageous women who are CEOs of their respective fields. And you have Mary Barra, who is the CEO of General Motors. You know that the automotive industry has been typically a male field, and the fact that Mary is their CEO has led with very bold choices, and has made the list of Fortune's top CEOs. In 2024, she's one of the most 100 most powerful women in business. And I think she's extremely influential in everything that she's doing, and is showing and paving the way for other women that are engineers and that want to grow into their field. You also have Revati Advaiti. She's the CEO of Flex, which is a technology company. And her case is very similar. Technology, as you know, has been typically a male dominated field, and more women are excelling in everything that they're doing in these areas. And she was also recognized by Fortune's Most Powerful Women list for actually 5 consecutive years, which is huge. Year over year, she was being selected and not, for being one of these powerful women that are changing the industry and that are making a big difference in everything that she's doing. So what I'm trying to say with these examples is the fact that you can do things differently. You can be bold, you can be courageous, and you can actually show others that as a woman, you are an excellent leader. You're excellent at what you do, and nothing will stop you, only yourself. So, we've talked about the fact that some of these are very inspiring CEOs, courageous CEOs, but leadership is more than just a title. It's not just about climbing the corporate ladder. I think leadership is also about being able to pull others up with you. And I think we have a big responsibility as women, and it's that, you know, we are paving the way for other women, other girls to follow us, to excel, to lead. And we have this example, and I think that what she's doing is amazing. Mariam Jam is the founder of I Am the Code, and she was born in Senegal but had the opportunity to study abroad and grow up in the UK. But Mariam is giving back in a way that it's actually very humbling, and it's impressive, because she's making change in communities in Africa, and she's empowering young women to to study and through technology make a difference in their life. So I think again, part of the responsibility that we have as female leaders, as women, is to also give back to other girls and allow them that opportunity. And maybe you don't have money to create a foundation and help in many ways. Maybe all you can do is donate your time as a mentor, as a coach. But I am sure that there are girls out there that if they have a role model, they have another woman to look up to listen to their stories. I think this is going to be a game changer for them, because they need to see that you can make a difference. They need to see that as a woman, you can grow, you can excel, you can be successful, and that in spite of all the challenges that you're facing, women are amazing. Remember this every time. It's not just about money, it's about your time and what you can give back to other women, other girls. So let's talk about what success looks like. And again, I keep comparing to the fact that we've spoken about some female CEOs, and that obviously when you think about the CEO title, um, you think about success, but there's other ways to be successful and to give back as well. I think traditional leadership is evolving, and success can be measured in many ways, and it's about the impact and the innovation and whatever you're giving back. So I'm going to talk about Dr. Catherine Ball, and she's using drone technology for environmental conservation. And again, she's standing out in her field. She's doing something completely, this is innovation at its top. And it's the fact that she was always very passionate about technology and drones, and she took this passion, this curiosity, to give back to the environment. In this case, she wants to make sure that she leaves a more sustainable earth for all of us. And it's another area where you can show that you're successful. You can be a leader as well, and it's not necessarily in a boardroom. So again, I want to encourage women, regardless of what you're passionate about. I think that you can be an amazing painter, an amazing singer, an amazing CEO, or an accountant, or whatever you want to be, but you can be amazing at what you do. And I want to encourage you to continue to pursue your dreams, your passions, to speak up, to be bold, and to be able to think about how you're going to give back to others. So talking about this, and the fact that you want to pay it forward and inspire the next generation, um, it's not just about this personal success, right? It's about how you can be this visible role model to other people. Just the fact that I'm here talking, I share about my story, and the fact that it's not easy to make changes late in your life. Again, I'm originally from Latin America, from Costa Rica. I've had to move quite a bit due to work. I'm a single mother, and it hasn't been easy either. But I think that by sharing my story, by talking to others about how it's not easy. I haven't been given things for free. I had to pay for my own university. I had to work 2 jobs to raise my daughter and pay the bills, and it's not easy, but you can do it, and it's all based on hard work and the effort that you put into everything, and also to be able to show others that even if you're young, because at that point when I started working in HR, I was quite young, and it doesn't matter. It's about the passion that you put into everything that you do. So be this visible role model, share your journey, share your challenges. Don't be afraid to talk about the challenges. You don't have to be Miss Perfect all the time. But also be grateful for the success that you have, and don't be shy about it, because I think that we sometimes feel that we feel cocky or arrogant when we share about our successes, and we shouldn't. We should feel proud about them. So don't be shy about sharing the challenges, but also the successes. Also, when we talk about mentorship and sponsorship, as I said, look for ways that you can actively mentor young professionals. I'm sure that there's so much that you can share, that you can provide guidance and support to other girls who maybe they're not sure about what they want to do when they grow up, or maybe they are. And you're able to guide them in the process, and tell them a little bit about yourself and how you got where you are, and being able to be this active mentor can make a difference, because as I said, for many women, the fact that they don't necessarily have a role model at home could be something that is demotivating. But if they see that there are amazing women entrepreneurs, or women who are making strides in their field, or just someone who is happy with what they have, with their life, it can make a difference for them. Um, oh, and thank you, Dr. Teresa. My LinkedIn profile is in my profile. Actually, I think that you can click on my profile and um, you can connect there. If not, I'll share it in the chat at the end. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fact that we are able to create opportunities for others. We as women are able to help other women in recommending for key roles, and again, we shouldn't feel embarrassed by doing this. I think that for some reason we have felt historically that we need to stay quiet, that we're not allowed to speak our minds and share what we feel. And sometimes we have other amazing female colleagues or friends, and we don't support them. But I think that we are in a position where we can encourage them to do more, to support them, to recommend them. Whether it's for a job or a project. I don't know, maybe someone wants to open a bakery. Why not help them out? Why not, recommend their cupcakes or their cakes to others? I think that we need to build this community and help each other to be successful, and lead with generosity. At the end of the day, all we have is inside of us, whether it's inside our hearts, inside our brains, but being able to share our knowledge, the resources, connections, as I said, I think it's something that is very valuable and can really make a difference for others. So be sure to empower the next generation to rise, to create their own impact, and applaud this for them. So, talking about the leadership journey, I think that we need to be able to, start today, and be able to continuously learn and evolve. Everything changes so fast. Technology changes so much, and I think that we need to be humble enough to understand that, we're not a finished product. There's always room for improvement, and we need to be open to learning and accepting that technology, whether it's AI, whether it's so many things, are teaching us new stuff every day. Build resilience. I think that's another huge recommendation that I would give. Success is built on setbacks. No one has had a perfect journey in their life. How many millionaires or billionaires have been broke and have started all over again? So, be grateful for the setbacks, because those are the things that make you stronger. Own your voice. I think it's also very important. As I said already several times, you need to be able to speak up, to share your ideas confidently, and don't downplay your achievements. This is very important, because um, we deserve what we get, and the fact that many women downplay their achievements, um, doesn't help them. They're afraid to ask for a raise, they're afraid to ask for a project that they're passionate about. But um, we're strong, and we can make a difference. So let's be proud of who we are, what we've accomplished, and not be afraid to speak up. Take bold steps. There are a lot of opportunities that are not going to be there forever. And for me, for example, taking a role in Asia when I was in the comfort zone of the Western world, moving to a country that I didn't know how it was going to be, has led to amazing opportunities. And I wouldn't change a minute about my experience in those years when I was living in Asia. I've met the most amazing people, humble people, again, experiences for a lifetime. So always take those opportunities, and don't think that things are going to come in free. Leading with empathy, I would say that this is also very important, because at the end of the day, we have something, and I'm sorry if there are some men in the audience, but we have something that many men don't have, and it's empathy. The fact that we have emotional intelligence to understand how other people feel, to put ourselves in their shoes and understand their perspectives, makes us great leaders. And this is something that, again, regretfully, and I'm not going to say that every guy, but some guys don't have that level of empathy that women have. So I think that it's something that sets us apart as leaders. So please embrace it, and always be sure to use that emotional intelligence to be better at what you do. And then a big one, prioritize well-being. And I have to say that I've had to learn this the hard way, because I've always felt that need to impress, to do more, because I was young, or I was a woman, I was surrounded by men. I needed to show my value through hard work. And that would mean,
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Sale. As we are running out of time, and we have around one or eight speakers per day. So can you just crisp your conversation?
Yes, just these 2 bullets and I'm done. um, so yes, as I said, the fact that you feel that you have to work twice as hard or more hours to prove your value is not the right path. I think we need to understand that leadership is not a sprint; it's a marathon, and it will take time. But never put yourself in the back burner and forget about your health. And I'm talking mental health, physical health, emotional health. So you have to take care of yourself in every single way so that you can be better at what you do. If you're not healthy mentally, emotionally, or physically, you're not going to be able to lead others, whether it's in your family, your friends, or your work. And finally, support other women. I think your leadership will create a ripple effect, and we can make a difference, and we can continue to see these positive trends where women are growing in their respective fields. So thank you, everybody. Remember, leadership is not about gender. It's about vision, courage, and impact. And I encourage you all to continue to be great leaders. Thank you very much.
That was an amazing presentation, Cecil. I guess women all around the world have been motivated by your presentation, and the way you presented the power of resilience and also leading with courage. The both slides were fabulous. Hope women
Thank you.
will be encouraged mentally, physically, and also they will be more courageous, and they'll be more passionate towards their profession, and hope they'll excel in their fields.
Thank you very much, Melinda.
And hope we'll just have questions from the audience. Mm, Hope we'll just continue with our question session, and then we'll just
Thank you.
conclude. We have a few questions from the audience. As we are running out of time, we'll just go with the one question.
Yeah.
So, what are the biggest barriers to women in leadership, and how can organizations address them?
The biggest values.
Yeah, biggest barriers, the
Barriers.
yeah,
Sorry.
barriers.
Yeah. As I said, I think the barriers in many ways are the fact that we are in difficult fields or male dominated fields. But the barriers in many ways are being put by us by not speaking up. I think that's one of the big ones. You know, we are embarrassed to ask for a salary increase. We are embarrassed to ask for a promotion. We're embarrassed to, in many occasions, to take on a big project because we feel that we may not be worth it. But it's not the case, and we are competent. And if we are where we are in our position in a respective company, I think that we have earned it. And in many ways, it's up to us to show this value through our work and by speaking up. So barriers have changed over the years, and honestly, I definitely believe that right now it's up to us to earn that spot where we wanted to be by speaking up.
Thank you so much, Cecil. We love your journey, and hope you'll continue with our summit.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Can you please join for the next session?
Thank you. Bye, Belinda.
Okay, bye. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Please do join our next session also.